All right, welcome to your reading. If you found this and you are seeing this right now, this is a message from your angels. This is what they want you to know right now, okay? These are the decks they chose. We're going to go ahead and start shuffling 2 cards from this deck. We're obviously not going to take all of these cards that came out. There's a lot of energy on this deck right now. There we go. Our 2 cards. Spiritual understanding. Okay, this came out on the last reading that I did just a few minutes ago, actually. So I'm bringing you esoteric information and symbols. Pay attention to those. That's what I feel like. It says helping you to understand spiritual truths, but you're getting signs and symbols. You are getting a lot. You might be getting a lot of angel numbers. You might be getting like birds, certain animals, sacred geometry, fire. You might be seeing fire a lot specifically. Okay, I'm seeing that. Mermaid deck. They want 3 of these cards. That was kind of interesting. I was just hearing some people, okay. I'm hearing like don't try to force it on these cards. Let's see. Okay, so here's one. Dive deep. Okay. Can you guys hear the airplane outside? I'll let you see if you can hear that. I had to close my door so it's a little bit quieter. That was a loud plane. There's our second one. One more card. Oh, they want me to turn this one over first. Divine order and light. One more card here. Miracles. So we're going to put that right here. The future on the bottom of this mermaid deck, okay? She's trying to determine her future and what the best decision is to make right now for her future. She's looking really close, squinting into that crystal ball right there, trying to figure that out. All right. Okay. And then they want one of these Moonology cards. That was 3. We're not going to take that. So there's a lot of energy in this deck too. There we go. Let's land it over here with this Dive Deep card. Just keep the crystals back a bit. Luck is on your side, New Moon in Sagittarius, and this is about planning for the future. Kind of like adjusting your sails or like getting the trajectory right for where you want to go. Okay. Which is what she's doing on the mermaid deck too. There's just a lot more of an energy charge on the Moonology deck. Okay, so we've got, they're showing me the spiritual understanding card right here on the bottom of this deck. You are literally being given a lot of spiritual signs right now. Maybe you're noticing them, maybe you're not, but they have esoteric information for you in those symbols. So please look them up. If they're animals, if they're numbers, sacred geometry that you keep saying, or elements, if there are certain elements like fire, make sure that you're looking those up, okay? And I am breathing like super heavy right now. I don't breathe heavy. I'm just feeling like a lot of weight on your lungs, on your energy, on a lot of pressure on you in general in life. With this energy, and it feels like hard to breathe. Like you can't just be yourself and do what you want to do in your life. You have so much intensity, so much responsibility, so much pressure on you that you feel like you can't breathe. Okay, so I'm noticing that. Take time to breathe out. That's funny because I literally just I didn't really look at that card before. But take time to breathe out. I feel like, and dive deep here. I feel like there's some like deep, intense stuff from your past that you're still carrying with you, and it's suffocating you. It's making it hard to breathe right now. And now I feel so much lighter, and I feel like I can breathe. I don't know if you guys could hear my breathing before, but it was labored. I was having a hard time keeping up. I was feeling like I was like losing my breath, and now I'm fine. Crazy. And here's another breathe card. 2 breathe cards. Okay. And miracles right there. So that might feel like a miracle for you also. You may have had at some point the illness that starts with a C that everyone has talked about and whatnot for the last few years. You may have had a hard time breathing and catching your breath and never being able to get a full breath in. And part of it is feeling suffocated from carrying heavy things from the past. So I feel like this is like the light at the end of the tunnel for you. You could also find some like miracle thing. It could even be energy healing that gets your breath back and helps you catch your breath in life and helps you catch up and makes you feel like you're not exhausted and out of breath all the time. Physically, and it can also be, spiritually or mentally, emotionally, any of those things. Okay? I really feel like this reminds me of like camping and just taking time out to go camping and enjoy yourself and have fun and relax and have some peace, right? Maybe you need to do that. Maybe you need to take a break away from like your day-to-day life to catch your breath. They're showing me this card. Luck is on your side here. I feel like you do need some time. Here's Believe in the Impossible as well on the bottom of the deck. You need to take some time away from like your day-to-day life or your job so that you can think about what you want for your future. I feel like you can't. You're suffocating and you can't even keep up. You're like drowning. And if you're like telling yourself you can't take a break, you probably really definitely do need to take a break. And if you don't, you may end up in the hospital or you may end up having your health force you to take a break because you need the break. Okay? This Miracles card, the future card is on the bottom, and this is like she's really trying hard to see what's in her future and she can't see it. Like she just can't focus on it. She can't see it. Okay? She's trying to figure out like what big action she needs to take when like take a big jump forward. It's not necessarily that. It's small things. It's like a compilation of really heavy stuff from your past that has just weighed you down over such a long period of time that it caught up to you and now it's affecting you and making you feel boxed in and suffocated and like you can't enjoy your life. Like you should enjoy your life. You're here to enjoy your life. You're not here to run a rat race or like be miserable. So I don't know. I feel like you realize that part of this is like you do need to let that energy go and the things from the past. If you're taking on responsibility for other people, like, and you're not happy where you're at, it can suffocate your energy and it can show up physically as like breathing problems. So if you have breathing problems, lung issues, lingering effects from the sea, if you had that, it very well energetically can be tied to taking on too much responsibility for other people, carrying heavy things from your past that never got resolved, things like that, okay? So over here, we've got Divine Order and Light, and these are kind of together. So this Divine Order card, the scales on it are imbalanced. They're not in balance. Okay, everything is how it needs to be right now. Look past the illusion and see underlying order. This is telling you, like, if you're having health issues or breathing issues, it's telling you there's, like, weight that you're carrying that you need to set down. And maybe you don't recognize or realize that. And so that's what, like, these spiritual signs can be showing you, telling you you need to go get something checked out. or that you're stressing yourself out to the point that you're causing health issues, or you feel suffocated in your own life. You don't have room to breathe. You can't just go do whatever you want. You have like a really rigid schedule, no freedom, no space to relax. Like maybe you live in like a tiny apartment in the city and it's claustrophobic because everywhere you go there are people and there's noise, and maybe that makes you hold your breath even if you don't have breathing issues. It can cause you anxiety to the point that your energy doesn't get to rest. And so you end up holding your breath and you're not getting enough oxygen. Okay. So I can see that there too. Just a lot to do with like breathing and our lungs. In this reading, I'm feeling like that is representing like your freedom to breathe, your space to breathe, the ability to breathe and live your life and take up space. Okay. So you might feel just really crowded or boxed in, and maybe you don't realize it at all that you feel that way. Okay, so, and it says take time to breathe out. Like maybe you take no time for yourself to relax and like de-stress and unwind, or to like have this expansive empty space. Like if you go out in the middle of nowhere and there's nothing but nature and quietness, I feel like you need that. Okay, this last card that you got here is light. And the future card is on the bottom of this mermaid deck, okay? Where your future has been like really uncertain and you're trying to figure out like one big action, one big move you can make to just set yourself for your whole future and not have to worry about it anymore. You might actually find that out in this nature place that you go to. If you go take a break in nature, you might find it's a much simpler life out there and you don't have to do anything really. I mean, not compared to what you've been doing. You have to do very bare minimum, and then you're set and you're fine and you're good. And I feel like this group of people, I feel like you are one of the people that you get a taste of this and you realize that you have bought into like this whole structure, society, system that makes you run a rat race, make a lot of money, spend a lot of money, but then you're robbing yourself of your own joy and you're not enjoying your life. You're not having like, you need peace, and you're starving yourself or suffocating yourself of having that peace and that space to take up and that fresh air to breathe. Like you just don't have that. I feel like you're one of those people that's waking up to that and realizing that, okay? So here's the light, and the little lighthouse in the background here on this one to me represents this wide open space, this nature, where you can go take time and literally just be able to hear the planes flying by. Or nothing. Maybe there's no noise, no ambient noise, no traffic, no planes, nothing in the background. And that's what you need, and you didn't realize that you just need, solitude and quiet and peace, and that feeds your soul, and that's nourishing for your soul. Maybe you never knew that because you've never gone outside of what you normally do. Okay, but I feel like you're going to find that in this place. If you go take a vacation, go take a trip, go take a couple days, go take one day, go take a few hours, go take 1 hour, go take a walk in nature somewhere, because I feel like you're going to realize how different, night and day difference, nature is versus whatever it is that you've been living. Okay, and it will bring your light back and your peace in that solitude, and you'll just know that that's where you need to be to feed your soul at this point in your life. Okay, so that's everything that they have to say for you. That's their angel advice. Go out in nature, see what comes to you, see how that feels to take yourself out of your environment and to go out in like a desolate area that's it's just solitude. It could just be you, quiet, maybe even spend the night, go camping for a night, and in the peace and quiet, and see how different the energy is. See how you can hear your own thoughts. See how you're not stressed out. See how your energy feels grounded. And that's a big deal, especially if you live in like a multi-story apartment building and you don't even live on the ground level. Your energy can get ungrounded really easy. You're not even sleeping on the ground. Like, we're meant to always be in contact with the ground. So that's an issue, right? Anyways, go do that. See how you feel. That's your angel advice. You're pointing over here at this card. When you're out here in nature, in solitude, see how heavy these things from your past feel. Maybe they don't feel like they even exist anymore. I don't know. It's going to be different for all of you. But go see. Just go. And like these little glowy, can you see those on the anglerfish? I think those are anglerfish. Go out in the middle of nowhere to where your flashlight is the only light that's out there. That's how far out you need to go. Okay? And then see how big these problems feel. See if those problems even feel like they're real anymore. Maybe they don't. Maybe you get out there and you're like, I feel like those problems are gone until I go back into the city. But for now, they're not here in the middle of nowhere. Those problems don't exist out here. I really feel that for you. Okay, and that might be like a miracle and very eye-opening for you with this miracles card. You can breathe, you can relax, you can slow down, your energy is grounded. Like it just might make all the difference in the world, and it might be a miracle that you're like, why did nobody ever teach me this? Why did nobody ever tell me this? And I need to just go outside of my environment and get into like different energy, and I will have a whole entire different mindset, and none of my problems will be a problem anymore. Okay, so do that for yourself. See how you feel. That's what your angels have to say for you. That's everything they have to say for this reading. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.